Good morning, Zio here, and today we're going to be looking at CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077 apology. Yeah, they have gone ahead and they've done an apology in video format, which it's not something I'm used to from a developer. Usually there's a statement, right? You know, that long statement, and instead we got a video to go through. That's why I got the headphones, because we're going to go through it and comment along the way, I guess, to see what this is all about. So, grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? Yeah, there we go. We've got an apology right here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so now. We talk about nerd news and occasionally play video games. And, you can find me in all the links down in the description down below for all the social medias and things. I'm trying to branch out onto all the different things, considering what recently happened and all that good jazz, which I am a little bit salty about, not gonna lie. I've amassed quite a following over there. Anyway, no, but seriously, CD Projekt Red has released the following tweets, and we've brought this up over here on the YouTubes, so we can look at it over there. Mainly because when it comes to sound and stuff, every time I try to capture sound from Twitter, sometimes it doesn't come through properly. So, yeah, we'll take a look at the source over there. But below you'll find CD Projekt Red co-founder's personal explanation of what these days leading up to the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 looked like, sharing the studio's perspective on what happened with the games on older generation consoles. And if you want to hear my theory on what happened before this, and you want to take a look at that, me and D-Pad Chad did talk about this a couple of weeks ago, right at the start of the year here. So there's a video with him in it. It's a good 40-some minutes long, where we discuss the different bugs and all this other stuff, and sort of go into theory crafting what actually happened behind the scenes to figure out why Cyberpunk is what it is on the older consoles. So if you want to go take a look at that, feel free to go take a look at that. Then, of course, come back, because I haven't actually watched this yet. But for details about the process being made on Cyberpunk 2077's further development, include information about updates, improvements, free DLC, please visit whatever. And apparently this is the new roadmap, I guess, right? So we've got the release, hot fixes, 2021, patch 1.1, 1.2, multiplayer updates and improvements, free DLC, which, yeah, definitely. I think they should definitely be giving away free DLC at this point in time. Free next-gen console updates. Not sure what that exactly entails. But yeah, so that's what they're looking at, I guess. Updated roadmap. But let's actually see what he has to say, because I haven't heard it yet. I don't know if I want to upvote this or downvote this yet. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we will see what that's like. Let's see if I can get that framed in there. All right, there we go.
My name is Marcin Iwiński, and I'm the co-founder of CD Projekt. When I started CD Projekt 25 years ago, one of its founding principles was honest and direct communication with gamers. When CD Projekt Red, the game development part of CD Projekt, was born, it added something important to that principle: the ambition to make the best games in the world.
And for the most part, I think CD Projekt Red does generally communicate, which of course led to what was going on. They had to keep pushing it back. They communicated that they were pushing it back, but they didn't really communicate the specifics and details of why. So I guess that's something we can work on, right?
It became our mission and something that...
Because, sorry to stop you there again, but, if you came out and said, hey, look, guys, we're pushing it back again. I know we keep saying this is the last time. We're not going to give you a date, but it's because we can't get it to play on older consoles. Sorry about that. Would have probably went over a little bit better. Anyway.
That guided us up until now. Based on that legacy of genuine and honest communication, you've trusted us and pre-ordered our game. And
Yes, a lot of people did.
Despite good reviews on PC, the console version of Cyberpunk 2077 did not meet the quality standard we wanted it to meet.
And my question is, how did you not know? Like, seriously, how does anyone not realize that, I don't know, the PS4, Xbox One versions were unplayable? I have the big coffee cup today. Anyway, I don't think I've really shown that one, but this coffee cup is pretty big.
I and the entire leadership team are deeply sorry for this, and this video is me publicly owning up to that.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. I mean, it's taken you long enough, but I'm not going to sit here and criticize the fact that you're finally apologizing. It's better late than never at this point, because, dang, there's a lot that has gone on, and we've not sat here and covered it constantly or anything on this channel, but when we do, we sort of bring up to speed all the little things as they come along with the bigger things. But yeah, it's been quite... Whew.
Please, don't fault any of our teams for what happened. They all are incredibly talented and hardworking. Myself and the board are the final decision makers, and it was our call to release the game.
Yep, that's actually who I do blame. The ones who said, all right, send it out the door.
Although, believe me, we never ever intended for anything like this to happen. I assure you that we'll do our best to regain your trust. Now I'd like to tell you how the situation looked like from the inside. Cyberpunk 2077 is huge in scope, and I'm not only talking about quests or things you see at first glance. I'm talking about a multitude of custom objects, interacting systems, and mechanics. In the game, everything is not stretched out over flat terrain where we can make things less taxing hardware-wise, but condensed in one big city and in a relatively loading-free environment.
Okay, so are we getting to a point? Because you're not the only game who's ever done that.
On its own, this is a challenge, but we made it even more difficult for ourselves by wanting to make the game look epic on PCs and then adjusting it to consoles, especially old gens.
I knew it! Anyway. Yeah, seriously, go take a look at that video. I'm trying not to go over those points, so you go look at that video. Anyhow, but yeah, I feel like I knew that. Anyway.
That was our core assumption. And things did not look super difficult at first. We knew the hardware gap, yes, but ultimately, I think that time has proven that we've underestimated the task. To give a concrete example, and the main culprit, we had to constantly improve our in-game streaming system for all gen consoles. Streaming is responsible for feeding the engine with what you see on screen, as well as the game mechanics. And since the city is so packed and the disk bandwidth of all gens is what it is, it constantly challenged us. Every change and improvement needed to be tested, and as it turned out, our testing did not show a big part of the issues you experience while playing the game.
Oh, come on. You're going to tell me that I can see missing the bug about the file size, right? Where it gets too big, corrupts the file. I can understand that one. However, these things were literally unplayable on the older consoles to the point that it would crash all the time. You're telling me no one saw that coming. Come on.
As we got closer to the final release, we saw significant improvements each and every day, and we really believed we would deliver in the final Day Zero update. Now let's talk about the review process. We started sending our PC review keys in the first days of December. On launch day, December 10th, we hit the ground running with a really good start on PC. While not perfect, it's a version of Cyberpunk we are very proud of.
Yes, the PC version is probably the one that had the least issues with it. And of course, right behind that was the next gen consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S. X and S, is that it? The Xbox Series. Suite of consoles. There we go. Anyway, they were the ones that were being the less problematic of the bunch, right? The problem, of course, was anyone on Xbox One and PS4, which was the large majority of people on the console side, because we've seen how hard it is to get a next-gen console anyway, and we've talked about it. So yeah, that's that's where the big issues were and why it was so much. If it wasn't like, if there was like a small percentage of the player base actually playing it on the old consoles, it might not have been that big of a deal. But it wasn't.
At the same time, we're fighting for quality on all-gen consoles till the very last moment. And every extra day of us working on the Day Zero update brought visible improvement. This is why we started sending console review keys on the 8th of December, which was later than we originally planned. This all happened while working from home with all the challenges resulting from the COVID-related restrictions. A lot of the dynamics we normally take for granted got lost over video calls or email.
Which is fine. You know, that I actually also figured played a large part in it. You know, but you should have kept pushing it back. Should have pushed it back again and just said, look, it'd be done when it's done. Take the Blizzard approach. You know, it had been how many years at this point? Yeah, my coffee cup is huge.
And we took that hit too. Now I'd like to tell you about our plans for the future and present a path for Cyberpunk 2077 on consoles and PC. We have already released 3 hotfixes improving the game.
Out of curiosity, but did he throw the QA team under the bus or something? With that, it's like, well, we tested it and nothing really came to light. Anyway, I know that was a few minutes ago, but it just dawned on me.
But that's just the beginning. Our ultimate goal is to fix the bugs and crashes gamers are experiencing across platforms. Please expect bigger and smaller patches on a regular basis. The first update will be dropping within 10 days, and it will be followed by another, more significant one in the following weeks. We will, of course, continue to work on the game in future updates and improvements beyond
10 days, that's a few days from now, right?
that. Our big plans for supporting Cyberpunk in the long term did not change. As for the free DLCs, our initial plan was to deliver them just after the release, much like we did with The Witcher 3. We decided to focus on the most important fixes and updates first, and we'll be releasing the DLCs afterwards. Expect more information in the upcoming months. For those of you...
Well, I would hope so. Yeah, anyway, there's a lot of bugs that need to be fixed and other stuff, so yeah, I would kind of hope you want to focus on those first.
You're playing on next-gen consoles in back compatibility, you can still expect the free next-gen update for Xbox Series consoles and PlayStation 5 arriving in 2021. We are aiming at the second half of the year. I'd like to end this video by assuring you that we treat this entire situation very seriously and are working hard to make it right. The guiding principles of our company are still core to what we do. We still want to make amazing games and have an open communication with you, our players. For now, our immediate focus is to work hard on making sure you enjoy Cyberpunk 2077 regardless of platform. Beyond Cyberpunk, we have many plans for the future, which we'll share more about when we're ready. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
There you go. That's it. Yeah, so they've apologized. I think that's a good first step, a video apology. You know, just look at his face. That had to be hard for him to do. Not gonna lie. You know, we've known CD Projekt Red for a long time. They've brought us amazing games in the past, and you know, they went on that goodwill and released a very inferior product compared to what they normally do. I think they should have went with the Blizzard approach and said it'd be done when it's done. And you know, go from there. Release it sometime this year once they get it running. But they did release it. It's bad. You know, PlayStation pulled it from stores. Xbox and PlayStation was offering refunds, among other things. There's legal issues, which we talked about last week, going on. So they're in a lot of hot water, and they're going to have to do a lot to you know, regain the trust of the community. But yeah, I guess that's about all I got. This is a good first step. You know, they have been fixing things. They have been hot fixing things, like, you know, I mentioned the corrupted file saves. They fixed that. Although I think what they said about it before they got it fixed was probably not the thing to say. It's like, yeah, well, we weren't expecting you to actually play our game for a long time. You're supposed to restart and all this other stuff. And yeah, that's not the best way to go about it. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I will probably pick up Cyberpunk 2077 later this year. Maybe at the end of the year. I don't know. I haven't gotten it yet. It's been quite a mess, and I don't feel like dealing with it, and I don't have the money for it. So, let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you like the video. If you dislike it, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.